Hi guys, my name is Lissa. I'm here today to tell you just a really brief kind of nutshell story of my health journey over the past 20 plus years. It's incredibly hard to tell all of everything that's happened, so it's going to be really brief. I started to have headaches when I was 18 years old, and I had seen a couple specialists and they couldn't get to the bottom of what was causing those headaches. And through my 20s and my 30s, that pain progressed and it went through my upper body and my neck into my shoulders. And I was having migraines to the point where I was having migraines almost daily. And it became very debilitating. It was extremely hard to work. It was extremely hard to function and to do anything with the pain. And unfortunately, doctors weren't able to figure out where that was coming from. Kind of fast forward a little bit into 2015, about a year after my son was born, I started to have some abnormal brain fog that set in. And it wasn't just your typical brain fog, it was more of a neurological, like things were fuzzy and it felt really dreamy. And unfortunately, that symptom has not left. And that's when I really started to dedicate a lot more time again to figuring out what was going on with my health, what was causing all of this. And so I worked a lot with a dietitian, and we worked on different foods and really strict programs because I was able to connect that there were certain foods that would trigger the pain to get a lot worse. But we could never get to the bottom of that. It seemed like no matter what I did, no matter how long I stuck with these diets, I could never get to the bottom of the pain issues. And so there was suspicion at that time of late stage Lyme disease. So I went down that road for a couple years. And the first provider I was working with, he was out of state, so it was hard to stay connected with him. But I did get really sick from that treatment. I had a lot of symptoms. And the second provider, we continued to not address the Lyme right away, but we worked on just continuing with a good diet and we looked into all of my genes, we looked into a lot of hormone stuff, and we were working on detox pathways and just a bunch of those ways to support the body so that way we could, address the Lyme. And about a year later, was at the end of 2016, I did take a supplement that basically turned my world upside down. Now, prior to taking that supplement, my body had been increasingly getting more and more sensitive to foods and to any sort of clean supplements. I was getting more and more sensitive and it was causing more symptoms. But we felt that it was time to take that step and to try to address the Lyme disease that was possibly there. And unfortunately, like I said, it turned everything upside down. I don't have time right now to go into all the details of what happened, but it affected me from head to toe. I wasn't able to eat for a while. I wasn't able to sleep. I was having just numerous symptoms throughout my body, neurological symptoms and burning and prickling and tingling and heart issues and food issues and digestive issues and just you name it, I was having it. And it was incredibly hard to function. And so over the past 7 years, I've been dealing with that. And it's been unfortunately, a slow decline as well with all of that. I now have pain throughout my whole body, and I've since 2017 have finally got some diagnoses of what was going on or what's been going on. I'm going to name them and I will explain more about them later, but I was diagnosed with mast cell activation disorder. I was diagnosed with a connective tissue disease, 2 different autoimmune diseases, and a form of dysautonomia called POTS. That's a lot to deal with. There's a whole slew of symptoms that come with those diagnoses, and it's been extremely challenging in my case specifically because I have not been able to tolerate foods very well, and especially no supplements and no medications. So it's been really difficult for doctors to be able to treat what's going on. Just when I didn't think things could get worse, about a year ago I went on a trip and I figured, hey, if things are going to get worse, let me go on a trip there was a lot of planning and a lot of accommodations that went into this trip. And unfortunately, within the first 24 hours, my body started to react in a way that I've never experienced before. And that sounds crazy if you know what I've gone through in the past 7 years, dealing with reactions. But after that trip and I came home, I can't even tell you how things have gone down from there. I had several ER visits. My body just basically was going haywire. All of my systems were going haywire, and I started to work with a provider in August of 2023 who has really just been a godsend. He's really helped hold my hand over the past year to get me through what's been going on. But I basically have been more bedbound than I've been out of bed for the past 15 months. Things are still extremely hard. I'm struggling with a lot of neurological symptoms, and a lot of my autonomic nervous system is causing a whole lot of issues. And that's something I'm going to get into in the next video. Life is still really, really hard, and I'm still really struggling. And there's providers that I want to see and work with, who I believe can help me with this journey, and unfortunately they don't take my insurance. And so Transformation Ministries has been so kind to put on a benefit for me on November 10th, because they know what I've been going through, and they want to help me through this journey, and they want to help raise the money to continue to support me to be able to see these doctors who don't take my insurance and who can put the pieces together. And unfortunately, I haven't had luck with all the numerous providers that I've seen be able to put the pieces together as a whole. And so I appreciate everyone who's watching this video. I appreciate anyone who has donated to the GoFundMe that was posted for me last year. All those funds have been used for lots and lots of testing and working with this one particular doctor who's helped me get through the past year. There's still a long ways to go, even just to get me back on my feet, to be able to do just small things. So I appreciate if you want to check out the comments below, or I'm sorry, the description below. There's going to be a link that talks about the benefit and tickets and donations and all of that. So I appreciate your time, and be looking forward to another couple of videos. I'm going to dive more into the symptoms and where I'm headed right now on my journey. Thank you guys.